With the resumption of basketball, especially the NBA, Ayan and I discuss what's new this season, whom will we miss, and what to expect from the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference in the new series Restart 2020 by Overperforming Underdogs. So what's new this season? Well, the bubble itself. The entire NBA has been shifted to one location, the Disney World in Orlando. There are new rules, everybody gets tested every day, nobody's allowed to leave, and there's a 100+ page rule book for each player, so clearly safety first. 22 teams have been invited, 13 from the West and 9 from the East. There's also a new schedule and each player now plays 8 remaining games. The top 8 in each division go to the playoffs, but this is where it gets a little confusing. So if the 9th team is within 4 games of the 8th seed, there will be a play-in series for the 8th seed. Is that correct, Ayan?
That is. That's primarily done to level the playing field, also to maybe potentially increase the season by a few more games. That gives more ad revenue. Everybody's trying to make some money considering the losses that are incurred because of the pandemic.
Yeah, plus I think it increases the mathematical chance of certain teams, makes it a little more competitive maybe.
Sure, I mean, it's basically taking out as much of the corona factor as possible, I guess.
Okay. So after this, the playoffs begin. There's also some major news in the transfer market. So each team can now sign 2 more players and increase their roster size by 2. However, they have to be players who either have 2-way contracts or don't have active contracts at all. Now, the restart of the NBA will see some familiar faces missing in action. Now, while the Warriors are one of the 8 teams that have not been invited to the bubble and all their stars won't suit up, there are a host of players who prioritize their families and the social justice movement over the resumption of the NBA. Nets star Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant won't be going to Orlando. Nets have signed veteran and walking bucket Jamal Crawford. They also won't have Taurean Prince, Spencer Dinwiddie and DeAndre Jordan. Bradley Beal and Victor Oladipo from the Washington Wizards and the Indiana Pacers respectively will be sitting out too. Title contenders Lakers will be without their point guard Avery Bradley. They however did sign Dion Waiters just before the shutdown and have also now signed LeBron's old teammate J.R. Smith. Other popular names include Davis Mertens, Trevor Ariza, Justin Winslow, Zaire Smith, Willie Cauley-Stein and Wilson Chandler. Well, having said this, there is absolutely no dearth of star power in Orlando with all invited and healthy superstars and the All-Stars having entered the bubble already. So speaking of superstars, how do you think the lockdown has impacted these players? Do you think that the kind of form the respective teams had before the lockdown, there will be a substantial change in that?
I think so. I think some of these players like James Harden and Nikola Jokic have come back having lost 20 pounds each. LeBron's been posting pictures of his 8-pack. And these players have had the time to rest. This is basically an end of season rest in the middle of the season, right before the playoffs. The 8 games that they're going to play before the playoffs should be treated as sort of warm-up games for most of the teams. So come playoff time, they should all be in great shape. Going by social media posts, I don't think fitness should be an issue. From the Western Conference, first things first, Russell Westbrook and Nikola Jokic have tested positive and will only join the bubble later. Both are the number 2 players on their 2 superstar teams. Starting with the favorites, the Lakers and the Clippers, the 2 LA teams arrive in Orlando with the distinct advantage of having healthy superstars as well as the tags of being the favorites. Both these teams are likely to meet in the conference finals. The Battle of LA, alas, may only happen in Orlando. The Rockets, the Jazz, the Nuggets, the Dallas Mavericks all look like they will and they should make it to the playoffs. The 8th seed is where the drama is. The Pelicans, the Grizzlies, the Trailblazers and the San Antonio Spurs are going to fight it out for the last playoff berth. The Pelicans have a young core and the rookie sensation of the year, Zion Williamson. The Grizzlies have exceeded everybody's expectations, led by another Rookie of the Year candidate, Ja Morant. This is a fight to watch out for. The Trailblazers are the dark horses. They have their entire team back from injury, which was unavailable for the rest of the year, and are looking like a dangerous team. And well, one can never count out Greg Popovich's San Antonio Spurs. This is a packed Western Conference, and every game should be extremely exciting. Now to the Eastern Conference. The Milwaukee Bucks have the best regular season record as of right now, led by leading MVP candidate, the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo. Last year's champions, the Raptors, as well as the Celtics, the Heat, and the ever-turbulent 76ers may all mount a challenge. But it will be a major upset if they do manage to topple the Bucks to win the Eastern Conference. The Nets are basically sending in their B team, with none of their starting five making it to Orlando for various reasons. Really, it comes down to LeBron's Lakers, Kawhi's Clippers, and Giannis's Bucks. At this point, it seems everybody else will just be filling in the numbers. But in sport too, it's never over till the fat lady sings, and an upset is never too far away. Please use the hashtags that you see below to reach out to us during the NBA season on the social media handles that are now displaying on your screen. And we are waiting to hear from you. This is all from this episode of Restart 2020. Stay tuned for the next one.
Okay.